to the first episode of the Brick Separators. I love that name. I think it's got like a dual purpose,
Yeah,
it signifies a tool that you use, and then it also signifies like something that we would do, like we're constantly separating your bricks. But Derek,
definitely.
thank you for joining. Thank you for agreeing to doing this. I really do appreciate it. I really think a lot of people learn a lot of things from your blog videos, and I want to continue that by just like having a conversation about various topics month over month. And so that gets
Definitely.
into hopefully answering the question from a lot of viewers: how often are we going to do these podcasts? Just once a month. I think at the very um, most, I guess, once a month.
Yeah.
We're not going to try
This
to do
month I
this
had to
weekly or
squeeze it
anything,
in, but
but
maybe not next month. I'll find time.
yeah.
We'll find it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for squeezing it in, and all the effort you put into helping get this together. So,
Yeah, no
um,
problem.
why don't we start with intros? You know, you've mentioned me on your channel a few times. I've mentioned you in a few times on my channel, but maybe we just don't know. Maybe our audience doesn't know who each other is. Maybe it'd be good for me to introduce myself, to my audience and that. But
Yeah.
why don't you go first, Derek?
All right. Yeah, my name is Derek. If you don't know, people do call me Pops. I'm the owner and crazy worker of Pop's Block Shop, I guess. I started it, almost 5 years ago to about this month. It was the first time I bought Lego to resell. And it was I've always been on eBay doing stuff, and it was always just trying to find that niche thing that is make a lot of money, because without too much work, because I already
Mhm.
worked a full-time job. So yeah, for 5 years ago I just made a $25 initial investment on an eBay lot. I gave my son some stuff that he wanted, you know um type of situation, and then I sold the rest for about $100 profit, and I was like, wow, let's keep this going, and just kept buying stuff. And here it is behind me.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just grown to crazy.
So
um
did you I was confused. Did you start eBay with Lego, or did you start eBay with just trying to find things and were selling various things until you like found that Lego lot
yeah.
on eBay?
I worked for an eBay store when I was like 24 years old, 23, 24, for about 6 months. So I learned a lot, and I just liked the process of it.
Hmm.
And so ever since then, I worked like kind of corporate jobs. I worked for the cable company, stuff like that. And I always would sell on the side, just find stuff. I just enjoyed, buying something cheap and selling it for more. It was just
Yeah.
a hobby mostly. And I always did sports cards. It's kind of a way to trade sports cards. And it's the same thing with Lego. It's the same thing with all of this with BrickLink, because most of the people selling are hobbyists that are just trying to, you know, keep their collections down, or get rid of the stuff they don't want. It's a lot of trading going on. But then when you get to the point where you find that there is something that you can put a lot of time into to make good money, it just took off from there. Once I realized that Lego was so complex,
Hmm.
um, it's just great. I don't know.
So you did Lego for a while, and then you started a BrickLink store. Talk about that a little bit, like because
Yeah.
it seems like you only been doing a BrickLink store for seriously for about a couple of years now, right?
Well, yeah, I wasn't much into it until December 2018. So basically I was started selling on eBay, and somebody questioned me. They came to me and said, "Oh, these prices on BrickLink are this. Would you take offers on this stuff?" And I was like, "What is BrickLink?" I had no idea. I
Hmm.
was probably selling on eBay for probably 4 to 5 months already, and I
Hmm.
didn't even not know what eBay was. And the first thing I go on there and do is start buying up parts to minifigs. I was like, whoa, this is a whole new world. Like, because I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
so many build minifigures that I couldn't build, and and then from there I'm like, well, I guess I can sell my reserves on here for now. And I just started putting stuff in bags, and then I deleted my whole store at one point because I was sick of pulling $3 orders take me 15 minutes. I was
Gotta
like, what
imagine.
is going on? And then
Yeah.
I saw, Brickzar, he had some videos on it. It's the first person I saw on YouTube that was showing how to put it in this, drawers and remarks. And I
Hmm.
was like, maybe I'll try that someday. And then I don't know, something just clicked where I had some extra time, because eBay does not take that much time, honestly. BrickLink takes twice as much time for half the amount of money I make, but it's still part of, a necessary thing to do to make it like this, I think. So I just went for it and I never looked back. Just kept
That's
on
awesome.
growing it.
Yeah, and you've grown like a weed. It's been fun to watch. Uh, I think we were talking earlier about like when I first met you. I think it was like the summer 2019. So it was right after you restarted your
Yep.
BrickLink store. And I think it was the video. What I really reached out to you was when you first posted a video of your monthly recap. And I thought that was something I hadn't seen before, and I thought it was awesome because it was like, wow, I'm like got a view into like this guy's store, right? Like and seeing how okay, his store at the time, your store was we were comparable, right? Like
Right.
you were just
Right.
I think 25 or 50,000 parts more than me at the time. And so like I was like looking at your stats going, wow, this is like,
Yeah.
you were doing better than I was, but like only 50,000 parts more. I'm like, okay, I can just, continue pushing forward. And I think I
Right.
reached out to you at that point because I copied um, your
That
video on doing
format.
the recap video thing
Yeah.
and posted that, which is funny because like at the beginning of 2019 was the first time I started tracking my my sales and my expenses and all that.
Right.
2 years before that, I hadn't done that, so it was good to be able to share that and say, hey, look, like I'm doing okay as well. But
Yeah.
since then, you've grown, and like you've done amazing, and I'm still in hobby. Like
I'm
I'm making a few $100s a month here still, and just
yeah, I have an uploading addiction.
yeah,
It's a real thing.
and you see that in your vlogs, which is I think like one of the reasons why I like watching it, right? Is it keeps me motivated. It's like, well, Pops is doing it,
Yeah.
I better like get some set and part it out, or let me sort through my bulk pile and get that out there. But yeah, cool, awesome. Thank you for sharing your intro. Why don't I share my intro? I
Yeah.
think it was like the winter of 2016, beginning of 2017. I was just the winters here in the Northeast are brutal. You're in the North, so
Yep.
you should probably know like
Not much to do.
not much to do, right? And I had at the time no hobbies, and I was just working all the time. I just needed to find a hobby, and so I was in
Yeah.
search of a hobby. And I was walking through the mall one day, and I walked past the Lego store, and I'm like, I had just watched a YouTube video of Adam Savage, and he was building like the guy that's pushing the rock, and he's like, it's animated, and
Oh,
it's like,
that thinker guy,
yeah,
or
I think so, right? Yeah,
not sure.
and JK Brickworks built it, and then yeah, so he was building that, and I thought, wow, this is really cool because he was building not an official set, but he was building something that somebody else built, and so that got me like really interested in Lego, who actually wanted to explore it. So as I was walking by the Lego store, I was like, you know what? I'll do it. Let me go in there and find a set, and I'll buy it. So I travel quite a bit for my day job, which brings me around the world pretty much. And we had just gone to Europe, and I was at Venice. So I was like, there was a Venice architecture set. So I bought that for $40, brought it home. Hour later, had it built. I'm like, it wasn't worth $40. I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't worth $40.
Yeah.
So I think I stumbled upon rebrickable.com. Is like the site for mock builders to like upload their designs, and you can download the instructions and get the part list and do whatever with it, right? And so I think the first couple of mocks that I built off of that were the USS Enterprise from Next Generation, and the 1989 Batmobile. This was before the official set came out. It was
Right.
like really, it was kind of cool. But I had to source these bricks, and that brought me to, and of course, Brickable is like clued into BrickLink and Brick Owl. So I got introduced to BrickLink, and I was downloading, or I was buying parts for these sets, and I was like, wow, this is again, like this is interesting. I'm getting clued into this world. And I spent a couple months like just thinking about it, right? Like, what should I sell? Like, can I get into this? I went on to Amazon looking for like information, and there's a couple books on selling on BrickLink, and there was one by Dag Bricks. I forget his name, but that's the name he just sells under on BrickLink. And he wrote like a book. It was a fairly short book, but it went through like cover to cover, like how all the things you need to think about. You know,
Mhm.
it was very basic
Yeah.
kind of level. He did it as like he's a builder and a seller, so like he's like trying to step
Got
between
it.
those two worlds. That was very enlightening. And then, of course, everybody who's been around BrickLink selling for a while knows that Bricks on a Dollar had the Ask Clutch series on his YouTube channel, which he's since taken down. But there was like 200 episodes of just like people asking him questions and him just going into in-depth
Yeah.
answers of answering those questions. And I would after I got my store up and running, I would just keep those videos like your videos. I would just keep his videos on while I was partying out, just see what kind of things I might have missed as I was going through. And I think his first maybe 100 episodes were just gold, right? Like I think a lot of people built their stores around what he was teaching in
Right.
that. And so that's what I did. I started similar to you. I had everything in bags, and it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
I think I had a 3 drawer system of bags, and I would, oh, I hated it. And then I bought an Acro Mills, and then I bought a Stack On, and it was like the last. I think they were on clearance at Kmart at the time, and they were like never coming back. I didn't like it, and I liked the Acro Mills, and so I built my store around Acro Mills there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's yeah. And then when yeah, you sent me an email, saying that you loved the stuff I did and all that, and then you've definitely helped me out, with the IT stuff. I should have contacted you sooner about the Brick Owl store. I mean, I probably could have done it, but I'm the kind of person that if it's a little bit of difficulty and I don't need to do it, maybe I won't. So,
what's funny about that is like you've now surpassed me in number of orders on Brick Owl.
oh
It's like
yeah.
I'm like I showed him how to do this when I was like 2 years into it, and now he's like way past
I
where I
had
am.
all records in March too. Is crazy
Yeah,
on Brick Owl. I was like, whoa, can't believe it.
I love the interface of Brick Owl more
Yeah.
than I like it on BrickLink, but for some reason it's more exciting when I get an order on BrickLink. I don't understand it, right? Like
Yeah.
they're the same. You're selling the same bricks, but
Because
for some reason,
it's the original, you
yeah,
were there
maybe
first.
that's it. It's just a mental thing in my mind, but
I know.
like all the seller tools of Brick Owl are much better. But yeah.
I don't get it either. Every morning I do the Brick Owl first, probably because there's less orders, but I always want to get it out of the way so I can get to Bricklink. That's the one I
They're
want
always
to get to.
smaller orders for me too. I don't know if they're like that for
I don't know. I don't. I do the average combined, so I never really
you.
look at the average together. But
Sure.
I do sell a lot of minifigures on Brick Owl,
Hmm.
so I think they're actually it's kind of higher. Maybe it could be. I don't know. But there's a lot of small ones too.
I've never really bought anything on Brick Owl, so like my
Yeah.
my thinking is it's harder to find like unless you have a wish list already created.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to just shop around. Where BrickLink, while it's still hard, it's a little easier to like shop around and find the things that you need. So,
Yeah.
anyways, cool. I'm just gonna start this next section by just throwing out a disclaimer. Uh, we're we're going to talk about shipping strategies next. That's our theme for today. Um, Probably spent a little bit too much time on intro, but that's okay. Get to know us a little bit.
It's the first one.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's the first one. Um, just a quick disclaimer. What we're talking about isn't gospel, right? Like we're not saying you have to do it this way. This is the right and only way. We're just having a discussion, right? And I think this is a great example of it. We're of a topic where we're I'm coming into this discussion trying to learn, right? Because I'm trying to find the right strategy right now. I'm like shifting things up a little bit because I'm trying to re-inject some more orders into my store, and I'm thinking shipping and the pricing of my shipping is an issue, and then I think we'll get to the end here and we'll find out that might not be it. But there's lots of things with shipping. Every store does it different, right? And I don't Derek, maybe we can think about like when we first started our store, what was like the sort of strategy we went to then, and like, did we evolve it into something different later, right?
Right.
My first order, I wanted it to be exact shipping. My first
Yeah.
my first order, I mistakenly did the medium mail price, which was like a
Okay.
dollar. It was like $1.67 at the time, and somebody
Yeah.
bought like one or two items from my like small little measly store, and like that order cost me like $3.
Nice.
I like quickly learned like, oh, that's not the right price. What how did you start? What was your pricing strategy?
Well, getting into it because I was selling on eBay for, 9, 10 years prior to this, I was very knowledgeable about shipping and what it
Hmm.
cost and what size things fit in what and things like that. So it really wasn't too difficult for me on BrickLink. What I would say, just for anyone in a business that um, it's especially a new store, building a customer base is, it's about the experience and just the upfront knowing of what you're going to be charged is a big deal to people,
Hmm.
even though you might not think about it, even though, and it's a big deal to you to have, the right price to get the money back. You don't want to be paying to ship
Right.
something, right?
Hmm.
But you gotta, I always think of this, I guess, this cliche thing. They say, put yourself in other people's shoes. In a business sense, it's that to me just means it's common sense. Do you want to pay, high shipping? Would you rather have free shipping? I want free shipping. So anything I buy, if it says free shipping,
Yeah.
it I have more of a chance to stick to that store and buy it. And I always say that in my videos. Not always. I used to say it more, but I'm like, free shipping, yeah. People, I've heard other sellers think I'm crazy for, selling so much and paying, a priority mail on $25 orders, but those are rare.
Hmm.
It does happen. I was shipping to Canada, free shipping at $75. And I was paying $20 to ship it.
Hmm.
That is, I didn't like that so much, but it's part of doing business. It's the When it comes to, like I was saying before, a lot of hobbyists doing this, I think that they just like you said, you want to pay the exact shipping. It is that you don't want to have to pay out shipping, but that's not the way.
Right.
I think that to think that way is kind of, how do I want to say this? It's just kind of, you have to think as a business person, as a salesperson.
Yeah.
That's just a general statement on how to think about if you're starting a store or you're questioning whether your shipping is right. I think the $20 free shipping that I have is quite crazy. Myself, like I said, other
Yeah.
people I think I've heard say that, but when I first started my store, it was about selling minifigure parts and pieces. I didn't plan on selling bricks,
Hmm.
hardly ever. I mean, I thought about parting out like, battle packs, things like that, small sets. Didn't expect to get that many pieces, but um, when it comes down to it, I did start parting out sets, and I felt I didn't want to take that away, and I still don't want to take out the free shipping at $20. And I do get, I guess you say, get burned on it here and there, but in the end, it is paid dividends, I believe, in my store, and it's building the customer base. They come to my store knowing I'm going to spend $20, and Pop's Block Shop's going to give me free shipping, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's about building the customer base and providing a good fast service. I mean, I thought about it when I was doing my numbers today for March. I only one order out of, I broke 400 again last month. Did I not get out the next day?
Wow.
So,
That's
I
great.
mean, it's not about, always about the shipping so much. It's about the whole experience, to take away from that. But um, I don't know. It's just more of think how what kind of deal do you want to get? That's how I always do, because I'll go to stores that have, fees. I was charged $6 one time to fill out a customs form from Canada. And I said, just cancel the order. And they
Yeah.
agreed to remove it. But still, I was paying like $7 extra that it cost. I was like, whatever, I'll buy
Yeah.
it. I'll move on. I don't like asking people to cancel because of high shipping fees. It just seems like, I don't know, kind of rude to do that to someone because it's probably in their terms and I just don't read it. And I just say, I'll buy it. And if I think it's ridiculous, I'll just dislike the store and never go there again. But so it's just a thing. It's kind of a, for me, I've only changed my shipping price. I started at $3,
Hmm.
right? and the shipping was about 250 to 275 per order at that time.
$3 flat. So no matter how
Right.
heavy it was. So like if you're 3 pounds order, it's $3.
I've always had a flat rate.
Yeah.
I always do a flat rate on eBay as well. I just think flat rate is going, like I said, going into a store and knowing what you're going to pay. It is a big deal to people. So I've always done flat rate, and I moved it up to 350 about 2 years ago, and then I just raised it to 395 because they,
Yeah.
rates are going up.
USPS. Yeah.
And
When I started it was 260, and now it's like I think the minimum I will pay is like 301 to ship it somewhere in the United States. So yeah, it's crazy how fast it's going up. For those of us who may not have ordered from your store, not me, I've ordered from your store with tons of jokes.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's gonna read this on camera. I know it. So let's have some fun with it. So I like put in all these stupid dad jokes, and then yeah, you read them all. It's great. There's my dog. Hey, buddy.
I checked my wine list today, and you had 15 items on there. That's a record. I almost placed an order. I will this month, I promise.
One time I saw your video and I had three items on your list. Like, oh, I'm almost there. That was after I sent you the coupon code to make sure that my store was up.
Yep, you're still up there. You're right up there.
I'm like, I sent you the coupon. I'm like, I'm just trying to hack your search system here. That's all I'm doing. That's why you got this code. Just tell us how you structured your you said 395. What else do you have there?
For my shipping cost?
Yeah.
I don't do international. I'm going to start it up again, I think this summer or fall, but I'm only going to do it UPS or FedEx. I haven't looked into which one yet because I have a place. It's a 5-minute drive from me. I have no problem taking it in there when I get those orders, because having the YouTube channel, people keep asking me. I'd like to order. Somebody wrote, I think on the last video, like, this is the best BrickLink store I've never ordered from because you don't ship internationally. So I want to, even though it's going to cost an arm and a leg, but I lost a couple $100. I don't know, sometime last year, and I decided I'm just going to turn it right off because people are, they don't want to wait. I waited 90 plus days, like a couple times, even this year. I just got stuff this past week, but people don't want to wait. PayPal is doing a good job by allowing 180 days to open a case, which most people don't realize that. So, or most sellers may not even realize that. So if people are saying I'm not getting it, you just have to say, just wait, and don't encourage them to open a case or refund them. Just wait until it's going to come or it's not going to come. But yeah, so just Canada, I do it right now. It's $14.95. I've changed it to, and I took away the free shipping at $75 because the rates have just gone up too high for that.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I was doing just recently. I was doing I would figure out what the shipping was for zone 9 for first class, right? And then I would round it up or down. So I think it was whatever, and then I would add $1.50 for like all of the expenses that come with shipping something. And so I was what was I 475 was like my lowest. We can talk about this at a different episode. I think it would make a great episode. But I also have like environmentally friendly shipping, which is I just bag everything in one, like as minimal number of bags as possible, which I think you would love compared to like,
I should do that.
And then I also have standard domestic shipping, which is like, hey, do you want everything shipped bagged separately? You can choose that in my my shipping options. I don't think that people know that's there, because I had somebody just the other day order environmentally friendly shipping and then asked me in the comments, "Can you bag this separately?" No, you didn't pay. Didn't pay the extra money for that.
Yeah, so they paid less, right, for shipping, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did that, and I do the weight bands. So I was doing like, every 4 ounces you would go up maybe $1, off of that.
Right.
And then I have some pricing for flat rate padded envelopes.
Padded envelope, yeah.
Yeah, and then
my favorite.
medium box I have as well. So I was doing international. I did stop that when COVID started because I just didn't want to deal with that. I sort of never, I didn't get a lot of international orders beforehand, and I got burned once in a China order. It like the tracking went to Jamaica, New York, where the customs office is, and then it did never updated
Right.
after that. And
Right.
then of course, the customer complained that they never got it. I couldn't, I just wound up refunding them after a few months and just said,
Yeah.
here
Right.
you go. But I lost a lot of money on that one, so I took China off the list.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting on a tangent here. What I did want to say was, so that's what I was doing, and I, I'm trying to find the right strategy for um, increasing the number of orders, and because like you don't get a lot of analytics, you don't get a lot of look into like what the customer funnel is into BrickLink. It's all like sort of guess and check, right? Like,
Right.
is this going to work? So I'm guessing and checking right now with shipping options. I did a lot of research and seeing what other people are doing. I looked at today, just for curiosity, just for the show. I looked at the top 10 stores that are listed on BrickLink just to see what they're doing. Their shipping costs start at $5 and then go up from there.
Right.
Most of these stores also have like a minimum buy. I know you have a minimum buy too of $2.50,
Right.
and I understand why you have that. And I'll go into that in a little bit here because I have the math to show that. Um, there was like maybe one store in the top 10 that like had like a $3 flat rate, and then all that kind of stuff. But I'm starting to think like shipping isn't the big driver, right? Like my
No.
475 doesn't seem like it was like
Right.
pushing people out. But
No.
I also go, like you said, you're looking for free shipping when you shop. So am
Right.
I. I'm looking for free shipping. I'm looking for something. I know what shipping costs. So like I'm looking for a three at the beginning, right? Like I don't want to see
Right.
four. I don't want to see five. I want to see three or free. So that I'm basing a lot of my assumptions on what I'm looking for when I shop. So that's what I'm doing. I want to share my screen, and I want to show the spreadsheet I built on early on in my store life, and I brought it back up recently when I was doing this. I just want to show that.
All right. And I'll just say
Uh,
one thing while you're doing that. So I looked at my orders for March, and over 400 orders, 40% of them paid the $3.95 shipping fee, and 60% got free shipping.
60%.
60% of them.
Wow. Wow. I started free shipping $35 or above free shipping like over the summer, and
Right.
I would say maybe 5% are using that. I hardly ever get people to go that. I also have this problem where my orders are only $10 average, and I watch your
Yeah.
guys when I watch your like monthly recaps, you're like at like $20 or $30. I'm like, how do I get there? Like, what am I doing wrong? Right. So, anyways, I put this invoice calculator together. So this was back in the day before instant checkout. So I needed a way to quickly figure out what is my cost so that I could invoice correctly. And this thing was doing a lot of cool things at the time. Like, let me just open. I could actually put in a zip code and in a different spreadsheet. It was going to USPS.com and pulling in the actual zone number. But
Right.
that all broke since then. But uh, I just worry about zone 9 right now because I'm on the East Coast. So if I'm going to ship to California, that's zone 9. That's going to be my cost, right? Like
Right.
so. That's what I really care about. So, um, say I get a 1 cent order. Yeah, this weighs one ounce.
Yep.
Um, I don't need to put in zip code. Um, I'm using a 000 envelope, and say I use two little plastic sleeves to put that in. So one for the
Right.
part, and then I do like an overall bag that has my card and all that
Right.
in there. So, why isn't this updating? Doing wrong. Maybe this is all right. Yeah, I think this is
Yeah,
good.
the PayPal thing. How do you get? I don't know anything about those micro fees, but that's why there's not that 30-cent fee is not on there.
Yeah. That was a fun one to set that up. PayPal doesn't have directions directly on their site. They just say you can have a micro transaction account, but basically you create a second account and then you have to like call customer service or email customer service and say, can you transition this into a micro
Got it.
transaction account? But yeah, so like it's 5 cents and then 5%. So I don't think I'm like maybe that this should be 1 cent here, but whatever, right? Like I see my total handling cost. Um, is $3.50. No, it's got to be more than that. I'm sorry, something broke here. Um, let's just do $10 just to see how it's working. There, BrickLink fee is 30 cents. That sounds right. Brick packer fee is 10 cents, which is 1%. Supplies, so it's just the envelope and the sleeves, is 35 cents roughly. Handling fees is still zero. Did I break this? I must have broke it. Anyways, um, oh, right. 'Cause I don't have any handling fees. Idiot.
There you go. The total handling cost is the fees you're
Yeah,
paying for the
yeah.
supplies and stuff. Yeah.
So for a $10 order, it's a dollar 44. So let's go back to a penny, 0.01. Yeah, 58 cents. That
Right.
you know, not including the shipping. So 58 cents on top of the shipping. So you know, $4, you know, like if I was charging $4.50, that would cover everything and I'd get a little bit more back, right? So
Right.
that's where I was basing it. And then I was like sliding this up, you know, seeing where like
Right.
eventually it's gonna break, right? It's gonna be where I'm gonna pay a little bit more than what I would get back if I was charging, say, a flat rate. And so as I was going through, like I want to charge a 3.99 flat rate for shipping. So I built this out down here. Okay, if I charge 3.99 and it's costs me $5.63, so that's shipping costs, the supplies,
Right.
the PayPal fee, right? $5.63, right? I received 23.99 because I'm including the shipping costs as well. This is the difference. This is what I'd get back. And so I was bringing it down as far as I could. And I think like at a dollar, um, it got really close to where like I was losing money, right? And
Right.
so at a dollar for 3.99, like I'd make a little bit more money, but if you keep going down, you're like there's a difference there. This is where I figured out I could either do one of two things. I could do a what you're doing, which is minimum order value, right? Like a $2.50, or I could do a
Yep.
dollar. Or what I wound up doing, because I didn't want to discourage small orders at this time, right? I have a small number of orders. Um, I just add an extra 50 cents. So it's like $4.49 that you get charged on anything under a dollar. So you can still order from me. I'm not discouraging you not to order, but
Yeah.
you're gonna pay a little. I call it simple rate. I don't call it flat rate. It's not flat, but I do call it
Right.
simple rate. Um, and so I instituted this last Thursday. So it's $3.99 with $35 free shipping. Anything free shipping after $35. Under a dollar or under order, you get charged an extra 50 cents, and it just bumps this up. So like, you know, you don't really know that. And so I compared, so I did that last Thursday. So I just compared the number of orders I had this week to the number of orders I had last week. Want to take a guess if it's more or less?
Same. I don't know.
One less. What,
One
you know,
less. Well,
yeah,
pretty close.
in my opinion, didn't make a difference, right?
Right.
So also to cover this too, I was trying to figure out like um, if I need to increase my inventory cost, right, or my inventory pricing, how much would I need to increase it percentage wise to cover the difference, right? Like um, in supplies and stuff. And so like really low orders, like a dollar, like I'm losing 53 cents, you know, from this difference to, you know, to make up for whatever.
Right.
Um, if I did $10, I think I did $10 as my baseline because like that's my average order value. So I wanted to base everything. I don't want to be losing 14 cents with this 13% increase on my inventory across the board with a flat rate of $3.99. So I can easily eat that up, right? Like that
Right.
doesn't. Does this make sense to you? As
It
a
yeah, it does make sense. But what I was saying before, the difference, you're trying to, balance things, and that's business,
yeah,
most corporate, I work for a corporate company. They want things balanced, and things like that. So I do get that, but in the whole big picture, that's where the amount of time that you spent on this, you could be parting out a set there, Ralph.
yeah,
And
yeah.
adding more inventory, getting
Do
more
you,
lots. So
do you know
that's what
do you know how many spreadsheets I have, and how much code I've actually written for my store?
uh,
I find that fun. So like that's part of the
yeah,
hobby part of it. But
your
yes,
analytics, you want to know. Yeah, yeah, and that I
yeah,
like that kind of stuff too. I just don't put the time into it. I've had a quote, I think, that I'm gonna somehow coin or something, or whatever the case is. I don't think I just sell, I just
yeah,
do it. I just, is with the shipping and everything, just try it, try something you think might work, like you're doing, and
yeah,
if it doesn't work, or, you feel like it's not good for you, just try something else. But like you said, you looked at the top stores, how good they're doing, you know, how many of those stores you look at have employees though, too,
yeah, yeah.
I don't have employees, but my store is growing rapidly. Um,
Well, you don't
because
have
I'm,
employees, but you have little helpers that you have to feed
yeah,
them. Yeah, so
I mean, like it's hit and miss, but I like my good weeks, I get about, a good 8 hours extra. Somebody just sorting new sets for me. My part out pile is almost gone. So
yeah.
that is true.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with that 13% and see, like, maybe bring that down a little bit and see if that like increases it. Because I do like the flat rate. I could go back, right? I can easily go
Yeah.
back. I just disabled all of those shipping methods. I could easily just swap them back and get
Yeah.
it back to where I wanted. But I like the way I set it up because like it's like it's got the things that I would look for. It's got the three and it's got the free shipping option as well. So I would buy from my own store. So that
There you go.
meets
Yeah.
my own
That's the
criteria there.
goal.
So now
Yeah.
I just need to now I'm gonna like play. I always did early on in my store. I did oh, this is a different discussion, but I'll just throw it out there real quickly. I always did price my parts at the 6 month average and then like brought it down by whatever percentage, right?
Right.
And that worked when I was a small store. And now that I'm getting like I'm 100,000 parts now, I don't want to like just give everything away, right? Like, so I did raise my prices maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and I knew that would have an adverse effect on the number of orders I'd have, and I was okay with that because I wanted to grow it. I've grown 35,000 parts since I did that.
Right.
But now it's like, okay, I'm through my part out pile and I need a little bit more cash to be able to grow again a little bit more. So I'm like starting to think about, okay, maybe now I do need to bring my prices back down again to be, I don't know. Anyways, let's not try to solve that problem. I just want to talk about shipping and shipping strategies. I don't think it really matters. I think what you can do, pick a way to go and try to price
Right.
accordingly. Your price, like either hide some of that shipping cost into the inventory, and that's what I was trying to do. And maybe my prices are a little bit too high, or do what I was doing before, like try to price so that you are maximizing the amount of money you get in to cover all of your costs, and you got to figure out what works for you. I'd love to hear from our audience. What are what are some of the strategies that you guys are doing that might be working for you? Obviously it's working for Derek because he's thinking about quitting his job or and working full time. So
Yeah.
that's the life.
There's the thoughts are turning into reality. But I was just looking into, on the banner of your page, where you put free shipping available on orders over $35. That's what it says on the main part. And then what I have is shipping USA $3.95 max, no fees, spend $20, will ship free in USA. So I think maybe if you put your rate in that, because you
Yeah.
have to actually go into a category to see your other spot where it says $3.99 simple rate. So I didn't see that when I first came to your page. So that's something you may want to, on
Yeah.
that
Maybe I
top
could swap them
banner,
around. Yeah, I could do that. That's interesting.
so have it right there so people they can see it right away. It's because sometimes, if I don't know, I try to look at store terms if I don't know the stores, but really I only order from about 5 different stores lately.
Hmm.
Unless I need a rare part, I will go to other stores. But um, just have it clear as day, I think, is the best advice that I can give on all of it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. I had my if you went into a category page, it used to say like environmentally friendly shipping is available. Just so people aware of that. But I just recently, when I changed, like last Thursday, when I changed my strategy, I changed that to include that. So yeah, maybe you're
Yeah.
right. Maybe swap them around and put the rate up there. Free ship. Maybe the free shipping goes in the categories section. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because the free shipping up there at the top isn't helping. I'm not getting a lot of those orders.
Yeah. You just got to use all the letters you have to your advantage, like available. You don't really need that.
Yeah.
So you could fit it both in there. You can fit both of them in there probably. So
Yeah. Cool. I'll give that a try. Again, everybody else, like let us know in the comments. Love to hear what your strategies are, what's working for you, what didn't work for you. And then what would you like to hear us talk about next? I've got some ideas. I'd love to talk about a little bit more about maybe packaging orders. Maybe next time we could talk about that, because we can
for
dive a little
sure.
bit deeper into the environmentally friendly shipping and some of the horror stories of some of your orders that you're getting.
Yeah.
That would
Well,
be. I think that
there's
might
a,
be fun.
I
Talk
think
about.
it's fun for me now. It's just
Yeah,
fun. I
yeah,
don't know. It doesn't bother me anymore. It's like, as long as the stuff is still good,
yeah, yeah.
inside the box, whatever.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you everybody for watching. And let us know what you think. Was this valuable? Was this not valuable? And we'll see you next time. Thanks.
Yeah.